and welcome to the GrapeSEED official podcast. With the start of 2023, a new era of GrapeSEED is upon us. A large update is rolling out, so we wanted to use the podcast to help inform teachers out there and get them excited about some of the changes to come. This update is being called Next Generation, so the next few podcasts will also have that series name. In these episodes, we'll have someone from the curriculum team and sometimes the global training team to help explain the new features. For our first episode today, we welcome back Jake Lubeck, who was on a few pods way back in the archives. He will talk to us today about Talk Time, one of the most exciting new features of GrapeSEED Next Generation. Welcome back to the show, Jake.
Thank you for having me, Adam. I'm glad to be back.
Excellent. Let's get right into it. So what is Talk Time? Tell us about it.
All right, so GrapeSEED Talk Time is now in the REP app, and it will allow students around the world to practice their oral language skills by communicating with Johnny Bear. And Johnny Bear will model proper speech, which includes clear pronunciation and expressions. And of course, to get in a little bit more about it, the language used at each level supports the words and phrases that students know. So for example, if a student is in Unit 11, the Talk Time conversation they encounter will have vocabulary and language functions from Units 1 to 10, as well as then what they're learning in Unit 11. So in summary, just to make it a little bit easier, Talk Time is a new way for students to practice English conversation outside the classroom, especially when students may not have those opportunities to use English besides during their GrapeSEED lessons.
That is really a groundbreaking new thing coming with GrapeSEED, just because up until now, REP has always been something of a passive experience, right? Students just sitting and listening, watching. Sometimes they might stand up and sing along with the DVD or the CD or things like that. But one of the benefits of having an app like this is that we can add features like Talk Time, where we can start incorporating interactive things into student REP and making it just a more enriching experience.
Yes, it's a very exciting time we're in right now, isn't it?
Yes, a very exciting time to talk, one might say. What are some of the major features of Talk Time?
Yeah, so understanding natural speech, determining an appropriate response, and responding in Johnny's actual voice are kind of some of the major features. Essentially, there's a lot under the hood that our technology team has worked really hard on, and they did a wonderful job. So during their REP practice, students can now occasionally have conversations with one of their favorite GrapeSEED characters. So as far as features go, maybe just when you're using it, what you'll just notice is now you get to talk to Johnny Bear.
Excellent. When you were developing Talk Time, well, you and your team, obviously, it wasn't just you doing it by yourself. What was a main goal or target for that development?
Well, you may have noticed there's a theme in my answer so far, and that is that in the GrapeSEED classroom, students get opportunities to talk and practice their language skills with each other. And we know that as they do so, they become more confident in using English. However, when students go home, they often don't have anyone to practice communicating with in English. So our vision was to allow students to have that opportunity to practice anytime, anywhere. So I would say that was our main goal, our target for developing Talk Time.
Excellent. You touched on this in the very first question, but who will get to use Talk Time and how will students access it?
Yeah, so students are the target there to practice anytime, anywhere. So they will be learning at home using the student app. And when they go into their playlists, they'll get to experience Talk Time. And so with Talk Time version 1, the conversations are integrated into 2 of the playlists for that respective unit. So if they're in Unit 11, within those playlists, 2 of those playlists that they'll do throughout the unit will have a Talk Time activity inside of it. And basically, once they've encountered the conversation in the playlist, there will be a Johnny Bear icon next to the playlist icon up at the top in the app. And that will appear once they've done the conversation in the actual playlist. So once they've done that, they can actually click on the Johnny Bear icon, and they'll be able to just go straight to the conversation. So they won't have to go through the playlist again in order to do the conversation again. They can just click on the icon and then do it. And they can do each conversation up to 5 times. So once they've done it the 5 times, that icon will go away And so in Talk Time version 1, again, as I said before, the conversations will be in the playlist, and there will be 2 conversations per unit. And this accounts for units 6 to 40.
That's a really exciting thing that even I didn't know about, having the icon pop up and you can kind of talk to Johnny Bear anytime you want after kind of going through it. That's really exciting, and it'll be really fun for students to go through and do the same conversation again. Maybe they tried it once and they struggled a little bit and they want to go back and do it one more time, and then it'll be a little bit easier for them. They'll hear the same question again and be able to answer it a lot better in the future. That's a really cool feature, and I'm excited that that's in there.
Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. I'm sad to say goodbye. It was a good day, but now I will say goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.